Hey, what's going on everybody? Badger DIY back here again, and today we're taking an old Samsung Galaxy S10 and turning it into a full retro gaming handheld. This is pretty old hardware by today's standards, but it's still very usable. This works really well for game streaming using Moonlight, Steam Link or services like Xbox Game Pass, and it also does a good job with emulation up to PSP. Obviously, this isn't a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, so don't expect to be playing Switch or GameCube games here. You can pick one of these pretty cheap on the used market, and instead of letting it sit in a drawer, you can actually turn it into something useful. And if you enjoy this kind of repurposing and DIY tech, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Before we get into any testing, let's quickly go over the software setup. For the front end, I'm using Console Launcher. This is available on Play Store, but it's also available on GitHub if you prefer to get it from there. It works really well for this kind of handheld style setup and keeps everything clean and easy to navigate. When it comes to emulators, I'm keeping things simple. For PlayStation 1, I'm using DuckStation. For Dreamcast, I'm using Redream, and for PSP, I'm using PPSSPP. All of these are really well optimized, easy to set up, and work really well on the Galaxy S10. You can play all these games using the touchscreen controls, and for quick session, that does work. But personally, I much prefer using a controller. It's more comfortable, more precise, and just feels closer to using a real handheld console. When it comes to controllers, there are quite a few options you can choose from. First up, this is the EasySMX M10. This one is compact, lightweight, and works really well for emulation. It's a solid budget option. Next, this is the GameSir X5 Lite. This one is lightweight and portable. Make it a good option if you want something easy to carry around. And finally, this is GameSir G8 Plus. This is more premium, much more comfortable for longer session, and it gives you that whole setup a very console-like feel. This is the control I'll be using for most of the testing in this video. If you're on really tight budget and don't mind waiting a bit, you can also find very cheap controller options on sites like AliExpress that work surprisingly well for emulation. I'll leave you some links for all these controllers in the description if you want to check them out. Before we get into some game testing, I want to quickly mention the specs of the Samsung Galaxy S10. The model I'm using here has the Exynos processor, 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. It also has a 6.1-inch AMOLED display, which still looks really good for gaming, and as for now is running Android 12. Another thing I wanted to add here was a micro SD card just for a little extra storage. So I just added a 256 gig card. You don't have to go that large, it's just the one I had laying around. Android games on the Samsung Galaxy S10 run really well. Here we have BB Racing. Now PS1 emulation is very easy for the Galaxy S10. Games run at full speed with no issue at all, and you can enable upscaling and widescreen without any problems. Everything I tested here ran perfectly. Moving on to Dreamcast, this is where the Galaxy S10 really starts to shine. Most Dreamcast games run well at native resolution and some can even be pushed higher with small tweaks. Games like Sonic Adventure.
Hey, I'll play with you some other time.
Crazy Taxi 2,
Shall we? Going up, man. Just no problem.
and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 all run smoothly and are very playable. For PSP, performance depends on the game. Lighter titles runs great, while heavier games are best kept at native resolution. Games like Taken 6, Burnout Legends, and Lego Indiana Jones 2 all run well with minimal tweaking. Overall, PSP is definitely playable on the Galaxy S10. Now you can also use the Galaxy S10 or an older tablet for game streaming using Moonlight. I got Moonlight set up here with Apollo on my PC and the experience is actually really solid. As long as you have a good network, latency is low, image quality is good, and this works great for streaming PC games directly on your phone or your tablet. And when it comes to more demanding systems like GameCube or PlayStation 2, results are very inconsistent. Some games may boot, but performance isn't reliable enough to recommend. Realistically, this device is best suited for game streaming and emulation up to Dreamcast and PSP. So overall, turning an old Galaxy S10 into a retro handheld still makes a lot of sense. If you already have one or you can find one cheap, it's a great option for PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, PSP, and even some streaming with Moonlight. If you found this video helpful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.